So here's where I'm at today. Started out with a boat trailer I got for basically free. Nice boat trailer. Single axle though. I kind of wish I would have got a double axle. Being in the Pacific Northwest, I wanted to make sure, well, wood just doesn't last in the Pacific Northwest. So everything is metal. Every fucking thing is metal. I'm putting it together right now. I'll clean it up and paint everything later. But I'm just trying to get the paddy wagon cage, which is my internal structure support. I went out and bought a dog kennel, and I've pretty well just screwed it into the structural beam floor. Okay, fuck, these things are like rock solid. Okay, this thing is not going to move. I gotta paint the wheels and the frame, of course. I gotta move that axle about 1.5 feet. I'm thinking about maybe 2 feet, about 2 feet, 18 inches to 24 inches forward for weight distribution. The dirt bike goes right here. I've got two 240 watt panels that go on top. I've just figured out the other day how I'm going to fasten those on. I was thinking about putting maybe a piece of roofing tin on this side right over here. The whole driver's side will be roofing tin, because I just fixed my drift boat. When I go to the desert, this is the side that we camp on. Basically, I jackknife the pickup camper at a 90-degree angle with the long tongue. It'll actually go beyond 90 degrees. And this side here, I'll eventually put an alternate pipe system on the side here, a support pipe system, so that I can kind of just raise up the whole side here and make this open air. That's down the road, but I was looking at some 1/2-inch conduit pipe yesterday at Home Depot, which is still kind of affordable. The 1-inch conduit is now just outrageously high. Everything at Home Depot is high, but some things like OSB I saw come down. OSB was $9 a sheet 2.5 years ago before COVID, and then when COVID happened, it went up to $34 a sheet. Regular OSB, fucking shitwood. Yesterday I saw it for $23, so it's down $10 from where it was previously, but of course it'll never go back down to $9. And we're in the Pacific Northwest down in, anyway, off that topic. So I'm doing multiple things here. Had a 10x20 carport I tore apart, but I kept these parts here and all the pipes, all the frames. So I can basically make a frame over the top of this, kind of like a Conestoga wagon. But the solar panels, they'll go on top there. I have a bunch of 1x2 square tube steel that I'm going to put up on top there. I'm going to cut out a little half circle here with my drill bit, and then the cutter, and then put those down over the top, bolt them down in, and then use these structural steel screws to fasten them in. Well, there's two reasons I'm using this cage. One, it was affordable, it's cheap. If I went to try to build something like this, it'd take fucking a month. Number two, it's solid. Meth heads can maybe get their hands through there, but not if it's covered up in trucker tarp or something solid. And number three, I gotta actually probably put my dog in here if I'm a camp host up on Mount Hood for a day or two. Not a day or two, but during the work hours, if I have to leave the dog back at the house. And she'd be pretty comfortable in here, because I'm going to use that green carpet grass thing that looks, it'll be nice and cool in here. There'll be a 40-gallon water tank in here. She'll always have water and food, but usually I like to be able to keep her on a leash, give her some run area. But the hard thing if you're a camp host is people wandering into your camp host campsite looking for you, and then you end up, hey, never mind. I love that job though. But these things here, my friend Dwayne turned me on to how to work with metal, man. These things here are wonderful. They're just self-tapping steel screws. Okay, sometimes I use washers on them, especially on these clamps, right? These are very kind of lightweight to me. I couldn't find anything heavier. They're out there somewhere, but not where I could find them. But yeah, this is coming along. So this is the frame. These are the solar panels. Get these down at Santan Solar in Phoenix, Arizona. Crazy cheap. These are old house panels. They may have had a little secondary problem with them or something, like a one little scratch, so they priced them down. They're still running 98% efficiency. So yeah, this is where I'm at right now. I'm probably going to finish this side of the fastening down to the frame. I decided to put more of the clamps on there, so I had to buy some more of those. And then I'll put the solar panels on, and I got a pile of junk to haul to the dump today, so I'm going to do a test run with it then in order to see how solid it holds up. A friend gave me some construction tape that goes underneath for metal contact. I think eventually I'll probably end up rebuilding this when I paint it, but galvanized steel, I got to do a little etching to it in order to paint it, you know. Just pour some vinegar on it, spread it out, and let it dry, and then wipe it off. But yeah, this whole thing will be painted and stuff. There'll be no wood. I don't do wood, not in campers. Campers will just rot eventually. Every freaking camper will rot eventually. If in the Pacific Northwest, it'll get a leak because campers are just made like crap. Forest River is some of the worst shit out there. Don't ever buy a Forest River camper because I guarantee you'll leak or it'll get moist. You got to run a dehumidifier if you're in the Northwest, or a heater all the time. So metal, fuck that. The only drawback possibly is if when I go to Arizona, it gets too damn hot down there, you know. But that's rare in the wintertime, so I'm not thinking this is going to be a hot box. I'm thinking this is about the right size, pushing the limits of a smaller size pickup truck. I mean, I got a 3/4 ton right now, but a smaller truck will still be able to pull this. I might shorten the tongue up a little bit, maybe cut off two of the structural members back there, but that's, you know, I'll probably put a motorcycle in the back of the truck instead of having it on the back of the trailer. But the cage kind of keeps the meth heads' hands out of there. I don't see how they're going to pull those fucking structural steel pins out unless they got a fucking wrench or drill. But they'll be hidden underneath the tarps anyway, so a lot of this shit you access in order to tear this thing apart will be hidden. You don't even know what the hell this is. To me, it looks like a paddy wagon, okay? 1920s paddy wagon out of some stupid movie. Or John Wayne movie. John Wayne did War Wagon, didn't he? Anyway, this is where I'm at. I've been kind of poking along on it, thinking about revising plans. Originally, I was going to use a 1-inch conduit frame, but I changed my mind on that. When I saw this online, I'm thinking, oh shit, that's perfect. It is perfect, actually. So the metal-on-metal contact is concerning, and I'll have to monitor that to figure out if that's a serious problem over time. I think I'll probably have to continually repaint it. Yeah, it's crooked a little bit there, and the reason it's crooked is not so much that I cut the members crooked, but the frame has a lot of give to it, and it's a boat frame, so it kind of goes like this sometimes. So the concern there now is, will that shear off any of these screws? Haven't seen it so far. Well, actually I have, but that was because the screws used were not the strong ones like this. But I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have to put a steel strap all the way down the side with a bolt in every piece in order to keep it from shifting left and right and then shearing off these screws here. I'm thinking, this is kind of sharp and the dog gets under there, so I'm going to put something like this over the top of that. I got to make some modifications to it, but that'll go something there like that. And I don't know, maybe I'll have to use something like this somewhere. This is just a regular piece of house roof strip piece. But This is where it's at now. It's taken me a while to kind of revise ideas and plans. I'm going to put a box right here, just a plastic storage box, put all the tarp tie downs and such. Light stuff here, no water, no batteries, because the heaviest stuff will be actually on the back, but I'm aware of the rule where you can't have too much of the weight back centered because you'll get a bad waggle. So the dirt bike does go here, then the generator here, then I've got two really big 6-volt batteries that'll go here also. But they'll be kind of balanced on the side of the axle, which will be right here somewhere. So I measured it out yesterday. The bike is 32 inches wide on the handlebars, and I got enough room there. I'll just put a different tie down here and here. Then I'm going to use a milk crate as a bike stand. All right, then I'll pull down, tighten down on it. It's a real light Honda. It's a 72 Enduro basically. Honda bike. It's a nice bike. I got to work on the carburetor, but instead of working on the carburetor, I'll just buy a new one for $35 on eBay, already tuned up. So anyway, this is where this is at. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's starting to take shape in the way that I envisioned it would be. So here's the basically 1x3s. They go across the top to hold the solar panels on. And I'm thinking about ordering 6 more solar panels to get 1,500 watts. 1,500 watts with a $700 lithium battery will power a washing machine, microwave. It'd be like all the little green LED lights I'm going to put on here. But this is the Western Area headquarters for the Alien Reception Committee. So if you see me on the road, just give me a honk.